Hello Pipe Pals, Tree here again. This is going to be a bit of a ramble about various things, music that I like, bands that I've seen, concerts, a few other bits and pieces. I'm still smoking my made in England bent whatever shape that is, with this pipe tobacco that Jan sent me, Pipes and Tobacco. I'm not sure, it's by Herbert Mozart or something like that. Hang on, just find my glasses. Herbert Mozart, and it's possibly called Tack. I'm not sure. I never did. Well, that's what it is. And it's very nice. But then again, I do like Latakia heavy stuff. I managed to dig that pipe out that I didn't show you in the last one. As I said, it's an old sort of Bavarian shape. It's got quite a nice bowl on it. The lid's missing, but that's probably been taken off because unless you're outside you don't really need it. Very nice little pipe. I haven't smoked that one yet, but I will. Anyone seen my lighter? Oh, tap. I got it. Hopefully I might be able to keep it going this time. And talk at the same time. I will probably get the hang of waffling on and smoking at the same time. I shall give it a go. Anyway, music. I've seen a lot of bands and that, mainly in pubs, so people in America probably wouldn't have heard of most of them. Some of my favourite bands I've seen in pubs around Oxford are the Hamsters, who do a lot of covers. They did a whole show on Jimi Hendrix called Electric Hamsterland, which is all, as I say, Hendrix covers. They did a ZZ Top bass one, but they play all sorts, and they do a lot of their own stuff as well. So I mainly used to go out and watch sort of like either heavy metal type bands or blues bands. I spent a lot of time watching blues bands. A few come over from America. Lightning Willie and the Poor Boys, amongst others. Charlie Mouse, Dumpy's Rusty Nuts, who at one stage toured with Motorhead for a bit. I know Dumpy was good friends with Lemmy. I haven't seen them for yet. Well, I don't get out anymore. Then I haven't been to see a band for ages. Possibly the last band I went to see, oh dear, is probably my favourite band of all time, which I'll talk about a bit later. It's mainly bands that have played in Oxford. I went to see a couple of bands up in London. If my brain had actually kicked in and worked properly, I might remember some of them. I went to see Motorhead at Hammersmith. I like Motorhead, but that concert where I was sat, all I got was feedback. I couldn't tell one record from the next. All I got was they had everything turned up full volume, I think. The only song I knew they was playing was Bombers, because the lightning rig come down. But apart from that, but they were that tour. They was backed by the Almighty, who I'd never heard of until that concert, and they were brilliant. I could actually hear what they were playing. Who else have I been up to see? I went to see Meatloaf in Oxford. Brilliant. It was a really good show, that was. I enjoyed that. I managed to get in, although they'd sold out of tickets. I managed to get one of the doormen down the side to let me in and to see come on, Iron Maiden, that's it. Which was a brilliant show, but everyone in there seemed to be about 15 or 16. It was, I just felt really out of place. But I was, it was the section I was stood in. They all seemed really young. It's the only time I've seen Iron Maiden play live. But the pub I used to go to years ago, the Dolly in Oxford, I have seen Samson play down there, who Bruce Dickinson was with before Iron Maiden, so that shows how long ago that was. Who else have I seen? Well, as I say, I've seen Soil. They was good. Come on, Tree. Rage Against the Machine. They did a sort of secret gig in Oxford where they set the gig up and only told people the same day or something. Luckily enough, I was working just down the road from where they played in a tattoo shop doing the old body piercing. And I managed to get tickets going and see him. That was cool. Oh, you know, they had I mean, I didn't know a lot of their tunes at the time, and I was stood there drinking and enjoying it, and then one of their songs that I recognised come on. I can't remember the name of it, but won't do what you tell me, something like that. And I thought, yeah, I'm going in the mosh pit, and I sort of knocked 2 or 3 people over on the way to the mosh pit. I had to stop and pick them back up again. Ended up with a bit of a gap round me when I was moshing away. Enjoyed that. But one of the people, well, my favourite artist band of all time is Gary Newman. Started off with Tubeway Army, but I must have been to see Gary Newman about 10 times now, if not more. I think it's about 10 times. I even got him to autograph my leg and had that tattooed in. So. But that was sometime in the 80s, I think. Because he started out about 78, 79. When he got big, that was. Apparently he used to play Oxford quite a bit before he got known. And I think he possibly even lived in Oxford at one stage, or like, rented a room. Yeah, I've seen various other bands and that, but yeah, it's his latest stuff is well, it's a few years ago now. An album called Pure. It's more along the lines of 9 Inch Nails, which, I mean, he had a big influence on 9 Inch Nails, and they're sort of going round in circles. They sort of influenced some of his music. So, I mean, his early stuff was, his really early stuff was sort of classic 3-piece guitar, drums, bass, that sort of thing. But he's more known for his electronic stuff, like Cars. Everyone knows Cars. It's on nearly every other advert in England. You know, if they mention cars or whatever, or something about driving, they usually got that playing. So he must have made a mint out of royalties on that song. Anyway, my music tastes run sort of the gambit of everything. From Hulk's Planet Suites, love that album, and it's not the sort of thing people would think I'd listen to, but I think it's cool. I listen to that a lot, actually. To blues, Michael Caton. I've seen him quite a few times when he used to come to Oxford. One of the old school, which I think Chad probably enjoy. But I'd know, and probably all of you know the name, Deacon Jones. He played in Oxford with his Hammond organ. I love the sound of Hammond organs. You just can't. They can't replicate that sort of sound with synthesizers or anything. That was a good gig. He had the drummer from Smashing Pumpkins playing with him. Various other bands, too many to name, but I don't know. As I say, I listen to all sorts. Some of my favourite music for drinking heavily and partying too. Used to get round a friend's house and there was some good parties. They were blowing things up in the back garden, and the music was original sort of Cajun music. It was all in French. I hadn't got a clue what they're saying, but it was brilliant. A lot of the tracks from the tape I had were played in the film Southern Comfort. Don't know whether you've seen that film or not. Good film. Anywho, let's see if I can light this pipe again, and I'll let it go out. You're nattering on. Cobbett of the Shire, Mr. Waters. Hope you recovered from your fall. Hope everything's well with you. Just like recently, you'll probably like this, Stephen. Recently, just watched the first season of a series called Outlander. It's about a nurse who, World War II nurse, who, after the war, she her and her husband go on a second honeymoon because, you know, they've been apart during all the war, apart from a few days, and they go on honeymoon up to Scotland, and she ends up getting transported back in time about 200 years to sort of what do you call it? Anyway, she, if you like Scottish history, it's brilliant. It really is. It's I mean, it's hard to describe really, but it's well worth watching. There's a few sort of like strange bits in it that you wouldn't have thought they'd put in, but yeah, quite a bit of sex. There's nothing wrong with that though. We make love, not war. It's all good fun. But it is well worth a watch. I've only watched the first season. I know they're on, I think they're on season 3 at the moment. But I mean, there's a few disturbing sort of bits in it, but mainly, well, you'll have to watch it. I'm not going to give it away, but it seems pretty accurate on history and you know the period stuff, the clothing and all stuff like that. So watch it. You might like it, you might not, but watch it. If you like Game of Thrones, that sort of thing. I mean, it's not sort of fantasy like Game of Thrones. It's based on real events, sort of. But it is, especially if you like Scottish history, it's brilliant. I think, what's his name? Rob Roy? No, one of those. It's to do with like Bonnie Prince Charles and King James and Jacobites, stuff like that. Very entertaining. It's an adult programme though, you know, it's not for the younger generation. But, oh god, I've waffled on, ain't I? It's like nearly 25 minutes. I shall let you go and your pipe's gone out. So I'll wait for you to relight it. Got it. Okay. Right, anyway. I can't be that fascinating that you let your pipe go out, but See you later. Keep smoking and relax. Pipes shouldn't be rushed. They have serious thinking. And a bit of pondering. With a bit of beard stroking and a bit of smoke. Right, see you later.